See these USB adapters for 12 volt for the car? Well, they have a common problem. More exactly, that portion is damaged, and on the other, the same thing, that portion is damaged. How I managed to do that on both of them? Well, I have another connector here which is connected directly to the battery through a fuse. This is the connector. It has one connector and another connector, and I accidentally switched them, mixed up the plus and the minus. Also it has a fuse. The fuse is okay. But when I plugged in my adapters into my 12 volt socket, there was noise and smoke, and this was very hot, and then this was not making contact. So if you mix up the polarity, then this can happen. It damages, at least these were damaged because of reverse polarity. So they don't have reverse polarity protection. It's kind of working. It's not making good contact, obviously. Now the polarity is fine, and from time to time it might make contact. Now there was something, so it's not making contact, and this was very hot. So don't mix up the polarity on your 12 volt socket, because you can damage your adapters. .5 volts is not working. At 3 volts it starts working. 3.6 volts. Finally it entered. That's probably heatsink, slightly sticky. It's lifting it. And that spring was damaged due to reverse polarity voltage. It's not too powerful. It's working. 12.8 volts. So this was pretty difficult to remove. The plastics are very hard. I was constantly forcing it up. Those sides were holding it. So I pushed it in there and moved it up. that metal is very strong. This is empty inside, the other one was full. So this is damaged usually. Make it longer. There is not really okay. So you have tiny components there. Don't pull it from there. This can come off very easily. Plus you can mount it the other way around, so it was this way. And you can mount it that way also accidentally. But then notice these are curved. They are bent upward. The contact has to be made with that round portion that way. So if I connect it in this manner, then the ends are pointed up, and that's bad. So rotate it and connect it that way. And now the ends are pointed down inside that reddish plastic. The smaller one is the positive and the spring is the positive. And theoretically it's working. So reverse voltage damages this spring somehow, and probably the chips. Here's an older phone and provide 12 volts, and theoretically the phone should be charged. And the phone did not power on. Now it powered on and it says charging 80%. Sufficient electric current 700 milliamps, 1.1 amps, so it's functional. Let's try the other one also. Nothing. So one is working, the other one is not working. They look healthy, they are in one line. So this enters very difficultly. The spring is pretty loose. This one is not straight. Now this is hard again. This is not a heatsink, at least it's not working pretty well because plastic is transferring the heat to the metal. This is metal. And this way enters easier. Yes, it's working. It's charging. Try the other one. And it's not charging. Phone does not power on. So one of those, either the pins, those pins stay out. And it's not charging. So the lower one is not working for some reason.